Hey, Scorpios. It is me. I don't know what this is. It's me. It's me. I'm a loser. No, I'm just kidding. It's me, Jess. I'm a winner, not a loser. Okay, I'm a dork. Welcome to my channel, y'all. I am so glad that you're here. I am about to do your general reading. What? Yes. Okay. So this is my signature spread. It's called the My Taropist session. We're going to take a look at your mental energy. We're going to take a look at your interpersonal relationships. We're going to take a look at what's bothering or distressing you. And then we're going to take a look at your emotional energy and wrap it all up with maybe some advice. I've kind of been feeling advice for folks. It seems like it's kind of interesting. All of the readings so far that I've been doing for September. By the way, let me just reiterate for you guys, because I'm telling everyone my readings aren't, I put a reading out for every sign once a month, but they're not meant to be an overlook at the month. They're meant to be just a general energy check for you guys whenever you happen across the video or the reading, right? So it's not meant to tell you what's going to happen for the month of September, October, November, December. It's meant to just give you an energy check for when you watch it. It's the general reading that my signature spread that I also do for private clients. So if you just want a general energy check for yourself that is personal to you and not general to all the energies that I might be picking up on as I'm doing this reading, you can book a session. Information on booking is in the description of this video. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a check for whenever you see this. So the reading is timeless, friends. So that being said, let's get into it. I am going to split the deck toward you, but first let's connect. So please take a look into my eyes on whatever device or screen you're watching on and take a deep breath with me. Ready? And okay. Thank you, friends. So now I'm going to split the deck toward you. And I was about to say that a lot of the readings have not been the same, and I'm using different decks and whatnot and doing different readings on different days, but there's a similar energy I feel like a lot of people are experiencing in this season. So we'll see if it comes up for you as well. I do believe that in particular at this time, it's a good time to watch readings for the other placements in your chart too, because a lot of things seem to kind of be interconnecting. So I'm like, whomever was a Cancer, they should probably watch the Pisces reading. You know what I mean? It's kind of like been like that. So again, take a look at them like major placements in your chart, and you might want to watch for this particular season. Like you might want to watch the reading for those signs as well. Okay. And here we go. So the card that came out for you on the bottom of the deck is Justice. We're just going to give you a little quick pre-shuffle message before we get into the spread. All right, so this is interesting energy, you guys. Some of you might have some financial concerns in this season, or a little bit of fear. Maybe you've been waiting a bit for some money to come in. You might have been feeling for a while, perhaps a little bit like financially depleted or drained. And if not that, it could just be, if it's not finances, it could also be like maybe you've been a bit under the weather, or something related to that pentacle energy. So like home, finances, career, your body, yourself. As for me as a reader, pentacles come up oftentimes when it has to do with like health related issues. So I do feel like some of you, but it feels like there's it feels like a fear about something being fair. I'll tell you why. Okay, so you had Justice as the overall, right? You could be dealing with a Libra. You could have a Libra in your chart or in your life that's heavy in your energy right now with the Justice card coming out. But also here's your energy Moon. I also like, to me, the Moon card can be interchangeable for water signs, but it is Piscean energy as well. We've got the Five of Pentacles underneath that. Okay. We've got the Knight of Pentacles underneath that, the Strength card, and Queen of Wands, Three of Cups, and Fool card underneath that. And we got the 10 of Wands underneath that, Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like, let me just make this as quick as I can so we can get into your reading, But or into your spread. This is part of your reading, but I do feel very strongly that for some of you, you might be some of you might be entrepreneurial with this Queen of Wands energy. And then, also because I'm seeing Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might be feeling a little bit burdened about a new venture or a new project that you are taking, particularly if it's like a creative project. Maybe you've taken on something that maybe you felt like it was a little bit, you bit off a little bit more than you can chew or something. It might have been related to like a party or an event. Some of you might be event planners or something of that nature, in that vein, okay? That's for some, not for everybody. I do feel like whatever it is that you do for work is something that brings you a lot of joy, but at the same time, there's a lot of a burden around that as well. Ten of Wands. Okay. I do feel like you enjoy it. It brings you a lot of happiness and joy, particularly if it's something where like you're a freelancer or you're a creative or you're an entrepreneur. Particularly, I feel like if you're a female entrepreneur, there's just that energy there as well. We've got strength cards. We've got Leo energy here too. So you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo prominently in your chart, especially since that follows the Queen of Wands, right? Heavy Leo energy there. But I do feel like for some of you though, maybe you waited a long time for this to like financially pay off, because I feel like you've kind of been hanging in there and trying to kind of keep things under control and manage things, even though you might feel a little bit of that energy of like biting off more than you can chew, friend. But I feel like also in this season, you've been waiting a while for this to pay off in a financial way. Knight of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. Like the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but when he gets there, it's amazing because what he has is something that's very solid and stable and secure, right? So this could be, again, a financial payoff that you've been waiting for where you've been kind of depleted, okay? So, or it could just be like you waiting to get your strength back, like in a physical sense, health-wise, that's for some of you. But I do feel like there's a little bit of this energy. It feels like a bit of financial insecurity. I'm not going to lie. Like fears about sort of that energy or that feeling of kind of living paycheck to paycheck, or, you know what I mean? Like things are a little bit precarious and you might have a little bit of fear maybe with regard to this of how it's going to pay off in the long term in a financial sense. Are you going to get justice in the situation? For some of you, somebody owes you money or owes you something tangible. Okay. And you're waiting for justice to come in, or maybe justice is just coming in now. And maybe it's been eluding you. Like it's just taken a really long time for this person to pay you back, or for this check to come in, or this loan or this grant or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean? This payday, or a client to pay you, for some of the ones that are like more entrepreneurial or freelancer type of energy, right? And I feel like there's this energy of it's finally starting to, justice is going to start to come in for you guys finally, eventually, after some time. And so I'm hoping, anyway, it looks like, there's a bit of fear of like, is this going to balance out? Am I going to get this payoff or payout? And so, we'll see if these energies show up in the rest of your reading. For some of you, I do feel like some of you might have been fighting some particular like insecurities or fears of rejection for some of you. Okay. In this season, but I feel like you're kind of trying to get your mojo back and regain and renew your strength, and feel good again. I feel like you come out of it. It's like a weird thing where like for some of you, this is another story altogether, right? It's like you might have taken a leap of faith, maybe started dating, we're looking good, we're feeling good, it was kind of giving you some strength. But then I feel like for some reason, there's something that you were waiting for, or someone, maybe especially if it was like a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Leo, like you might have been waiting for this person, or it could have been another water sign with the moon card here, Pisces. We're doing Scorpio. Yes, you are Scorpio. Did I call you guys Pisces before? I feel like I did. I did, didn't I? I am so sorry, Scorpio. I just did Pisces reading, so that is why, and I apologize for that. I do feel like the moon card is like, I think I'm pretty sure I called you guys Pisces for a second there. But this is moon card for me. It often interchangeable for the water signs, like I said. So this could be your energy Scorpio, but it could be that you're dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer as well. Again, Libra is here and also Earth pretty prominently. But anyway, some of you might have been waiting for a long time for somebody to kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily waiting for them to commit to you. For some, it could be. For some, it could be. But for others of you, I feel like it's also this energy of you waiting for a long time for someone to kind of give you this assurance or this sense of security, maybe about how they feel about you, or maybe where this is going in the long term, or just to give you that, you know what I mean? To give you the sense of security around, you know, where they stand with you or where you stand with them, you know? And I feel like because it might have taken a long time to come, it might have left you feeling a bit insecure or rejected and inside, and you're seeking justice with regard to that. Okay. That's for others of you. Let's move on to your full on spread and reading. Now, you guys, if the pre-shuffle message didn't resonate for you, it's okay. This is a general reading. All messages won't resonate for everybody. Stick around to the end because we're going to get an overall energy check. And so one of these areas or all of the rest of them may in fact resonate. And if it does, please hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Join us for all the fun readings that we do here, friends, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new reading for you. Okay? Cheers. Thanks for that. Okay, let's get into it. All right, friends, lickety split. What is going on in, who says that? The mental energy, I don't even say that, of my Scorpio friends. Okay, maybe somebody's mother out there says that, or friend or something, I don't know. Okay. Whew, yeah, you guys. All right. Interesting energies. Okay, so Scorpio, 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands came out for you in your mental energy. I do feel like there's some of you are definitely entrepreneurs, or freelancers, or like, you know, or you have your own business, or you kind of contract maybe or work for others. I do feel like for those who resonate with that, I think you are kind of working on planning towards your future and the future of your business and kind of where, you know, your career is headed with this 9 of Pentacles, kind of looking forward to your abundance. Okay. Where is your abundance going to lie? You might be making plans about your business or about your work or career, finances. Maybe some of you are engaging in some financial planning. Maybe you're meeting with a financial advisor or financial planner in this season, kind of like looking ahead, maybe to the next year, maybe working on taxes for some. Okay, so I don't know all that's coming out, but it is. And so I think you kind of are in this like really strong energy, kind of, it's pre-Empress. So yeah, it is feeling a bit like a boss lady vibe for my gentleman, boss gentleman, whatever, you know, and it does feel a bit like that. But at the same time, there's some other stuff going on here. So underneath that, we've got the Lovers. Okay. So I do feel like, and underneath that, 3 of Pentacles, sorry, before I skip ahead, 4 of Cups. And then we got the 4 of Wands underneath that 4 of Cups, 2 fours. So Page of Cups, 10 of Cups underneath that. There's 2 different things happening here. For some of you, this is definitely, I'm hearing wedding bells, like there's strong like wedding energy. So, I mean, maybe your business has to do with that. Maybe your wedding planner or something like that. Okay, that could be too. But also I do feel like for some of you, it's kind of like, I feel like maybe for some of you, it's sort of like the perfect fairy tale or like sort of the relationship that you would ideally want to have or to begin. It's sort of like, it's not really happening for you right now. You know what I mean? Like none of the offers seem like, I feel like you have options, to be honest with you, because of this 2 of Wands and this Lover. Like, I feel like you guys have some options when it comes to love and some decisions you might be making with regard to your relationship situation. But I feel like a lot of you are choosing to be single in this season for the 9 of Pentacles to come up as your overall and your energy there, because I feel like nothing, like none of the options look good enough or satisfying enough to you. You know what I mean? And it's sort of like you would rather remain single and in that single energy and just focus on career and building your career or business right now, Three of Pentacles, rather than settle for something that is less than what is best for you. Okay? Because I do feel like you guys have no problem saying no if the offer doesn't really match kind of like what your ideal version of what a relationship should be or look like. Okay. And so it's sort of like, well, if you're not coming with this Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups energy, if you're not offering me with this Page of Cups, the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, I don't want that shit. Like, I'm okay. Like, I can do battle by myself. Obviously, Nine of Pentacles, hello. And so it's like you rather focus on building your finances, building your career, working. Maybe you work with a team of people on projects or with work or business. You know, you'd rather focus on that until the right person comes along or the right match or your perfect match comes along for you. So I feel like you guys are being a little bit picky as you're looking towards your future, because you want to know why. It's because you know your worth and you know your value and you know what you're bringing to the table. And I feel like you're not going to settle for anyone who's not coming and matching your energy, right? You're not settling for anyone who's not meeting you, who isn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like this Two of Wands. Like, you're here, you're Nine of Pentacles, okay? You want someone who's matching that energy, right? You want someone who's on the level that you're on there, friend. Otherwise, it ain't happening, you know? You want your twin flame connection or soulmate connection, whatever you ascribe to. You know what I'm saying? So I think you guys are really kind of focused on your future, particularly when it relates to, and your mental energy anyway. This is where your brain's at, your head's at, right? You're happy to be single right now. You're happy to be focused, looking toward your future and planning your future goals with regard to your career, your finances, work, your business, that sort of thing. And holding out for something that is going to be like actually the right match for you when it comes to love and romance and that sort of thing, right? I feel like you have options, but I don't think they look that great to you right now when it comes to love. So you're holding out for a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. I don't know. That song just came into my mind. I don't even know that song. Oh, it's weird how that happens sometimes, you guys. But that's the song that came to mind. I'm holding out for a hero. He's got to be strong and brave and whatever he is. I don't know how it goes. You look up the lyrics for me, you guys. Oh my God. Someone put the lyrics in the comments. do the legwork for me. I'm lazy. No, I'm just kidding. All right. What's going on in the interpersonal relationships of my Scorpions? What's going on in the interpersonal relationships of my Scorpios? This candle is going out, and I feel like I want to light another one for you guys. Okay. Empress came out sideways, but I'm going to put her right side up unless Spirit says otherwise. All right, let's light another candle for you. Interesting. Hanged Man underneath that. Are you guys not speaking to your mothers right now for some of you? Or you're at a distance from your mother for some? Sorry. It's a cheapy little like $1 candle, sugar plum. But it's so pretty because look, it's purple. I like that color. I like lots of colors. Green's my favorite color. I think I just literally said this in the Pisces reading, but I like these little cheapy candles. They smell good, so who cares if it was only $1 last Christmas. Okay, so yeah, you guys. Okay, you might be, because the Emperor is out here too. So there's a couple things going on, right, friends? And I'm going to get a clarifier for this Empress too. But real quickly, I'll just say you could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with an Aquarius for some. Interesting. Or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Cancer. I've got Chariot underneath this little Ace of Pentacles card here too. Okay. So I do feel like there's somebody that you're taking a break from, and for some of you it could be your parents. You could be at a distance from your parents or not speaking to your parents in the season. Okay, that's for some of you. Because maybe you're healing from something that might have happened with regard to your parents or your family. You could be waiting for money from a father figure or a boss figure, if that's for some of you. Okay, for something to come in or for somebody to come and visit you. Maybe someone is blocked from visiting you in this season or coming toward you. Could be a Cancer, could be an Aries, could also just be a parent, okay, especially if it's a father here. But I do feel like there's somebody that you're blocking communication from. That's pretty heavy here. Because underneath all that, we got the Page of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. So you might be stressed because there's somebody that you're not getting communication from that you would like to be speaking to, or they're not coming to see you, and it's kind of causing you some anxiety and worry. It could be with regard to a Cancer because of the Chariot card here, Ace of Pentacles, Emperor. This could be somebody that you might have wanted to have victory with or wanted to have some kind of commitment with. I feel like also somebody might be giving you a car, or someone gave you a car, like especially if it's like a father or a boss, like maybe you got a company car. That's for others of you. Sorry, this is all kinds of all over the place right now. But essentially, I feel like with this 2 of Swords here after this Emperor, it does feel like there's somebody that you're not in communication with or you haven't been seeing for a while. And I feel like you're kind of in this energy where you're trying to heal from this person. You also might be trying to make a decision about whether or not you want to break the silence with somebody, whether you want to communicate with them and have abundance with them and grow with them, or whether you just kind of want to hang back. And I think you're kind of in this energy right now with regard to this person. They may have offered you commitment, or you want a commitment from them. That's for some. And maybe that's what kind of has put you in this place, especially if you're mentally in this 9 of Pentacles. Maybe the offer just didn't look good enough, or it just wasn't quite what you wanted. Maybe this person is a bit controlling. And if it's not that, it could be that you just really, again, want to kind of be single right now, and or you want to be focusing on work or business right now, like that's your baby, and you don't really, maybe you're ready to give birth to something new with regard to your business or your career or work, and it's sort of like you don't really want to be tied down necessarily in a higher level of commitment. Or something could have really happened with this person that has sort of put you in this energy of really taking a break and taking a step back and reassessing the situation, looking at it from all sides, and really healing with this Star card energy as well. So I know that was a lot of different scenarios that I threw at you, but they're all relevant here to these cards. And so just take the ones that resonate, friend, and leave the rest, okay? But the Empress here being the overall energy for your interpersonal. Again, for a lot of you, this could have to do with your mother. Let's clarify it though. Let's clarify it, shall we? Some of you might have gotten pregnant, and maybe you haven't told this person that that's what happened, that you were involved with or connected with. That's for some, not for everybody. Please clarify this Empress as it relates to my Scorpio's interpersonal relationships. Please clarify this Empress as it relates to... Sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm sitting in a particular position for a really long time, and I'm like, that doesn't feel good. What am I doing? Okay. Please clarify this Empress as it relates to my Scorpio's interpersonal relationships. Please clarify this Empress as it relates to my Scorpio's interpersonal relationships. Whoa. Okay. Wow, guys. Okay. So I do believe that some of you might have lost or ended a pregnancy that you had with somebody, and maybe you didn't tell them what had happened, or you did and it caused some kind of issues with regard to that connection, and you might be taking a break from that person. And I'll tell you why, because to clarify the Empress, the 5 of Cups came out, and for me as a reader, oftentimes in readings, this combination will come out to show a pregnancy loss. Almost 9 times out of 10. That may not be your situation, though. But either way, friends, it could be the loss of a mother for some, like I was saying, or another parent, or it could have been a loss of a relationship, but it does feel like some of you might have experienced pregnancy loss in this season, especially because I'll tell you why. I see 7 of Cups to the 3 of Swords, Ace of Cups to the Death card. So it does feel like you might be healing from something. Yeah, that like lost or that you lost or that ended. Okay. It's almost like as soon as it started, it ended, and that's why it feels sort of like a pregnancy that didn't come to full term, in which case I'm really sorry if that is your situation. And it could be by choice or it could be by circumstance, and but I do feel like there's been a long waiting period. What have you guys been waiting for? Maybe you've been waiting. For some of you, Death card is your energy too, Scorpio, right? I feel like you've been waiting a really long time for something to come to fruition or something to come to gestation or to full term. If this isn't with regard to a pregnancy, it could have been with regard to to a relationship that you were hoping would kind of reach a particular point or level that would kind of move forward. Maybe with somebody that you were really passionate about. It could have been like a highly sexually charged relationship. Maybe it was inconsistent. You know what I mean? Like hookup or like situationship, or a person would come see you, come to visit. 3 of Wands, Knight of Wands, come to visit, come to see you. You guys would hook up and then they would leave, or vice versa. You know what I mean? And I feel like for some of you, there was a lot of in and out energy, and you might have been going through this for a long time. And maybe the inconsistency in this connection, there could have also been some strife, 5 of Swords, with regard to this, or conflict you guys didn't see eye to eye. Or again, I feel like it was this inconsistent in and out sort of an energy. You could have had more than one like come back around, or more than one cycle with this person. Judgment card, King of Pentacles, World card. Like this cycle could have been one that was like continuing and continuing sort of ad nauseum, right? It could have been an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I also have Leo heavy here prominently, but Aquarius and your energy, Scorpio. So it could be all come back around full circle related to you, friend. Strong Scorpio energy here too, and water in general. So Cancer, Pisces as well. And again, strong Taurus energies for some of you. Okay. So again, take it as it resonates, friend. Taurus, other water sign. What I say? Your energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini. It could be anybody. Okay. So I do feel like there is this sort of energy of, for some of you, I just feel like you might have had a falling out with your mother. That's for others of you. But I do feel like you might have some confusion with regard to a heartbreak, with regard to a person. Okay. And, if this isn't a loss of a pregnancy, maybe some of you just like really wanted to get pregnant and it hasn't worked. You might have had some false starts with that. But at the same time, gosh, there's so many messages. Like I can't, like sometimes it's like so many messages come through and it's like, settle, like one at a time, you guys. Okay. Composing myself, and then we'll move on. Yeah. So I do feel like for some of you, you might be confused, especially if there was some rejection here, 5 of Cups, right? If this person left you or you left them, or if there was that inconsistency, you might be kind of confused as to like, were you left for a third party? Was there somebody else in the picture here with this 3 of Swords? I feel like some of you really heartbroken. Maybe again, with this inconsistency, maybe you felt confused about where you stood with this person, or confused about, is this like love, or are they just going to break my heart? Right? And I feel like, again, that this was cyclical, and I feel like there was a lot of stops and starts with this person. I don't feel like it was like a one and done thing. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have the energy of a long-term committed, consistent relationship. It has the energy of a relationship that you might have been in for a long time, but was inconsistent and in and out. Okay. Or this person was inconsistent and in and out. And I feel like you might have been waiting for this person to kind of express themselves to you on an emotional level, but that just like never came. It never came. And I feel like this person might have always left you in a state of confusion about where you stood with them, and if you were the only one, or if there was somebody else. And it's sort of that energy. Do you know what I mean? It's like you were you're waiting for this person to just come and like express something to you emotionally and for the situation to transform in some way. You're waiting for a really long time for that. Okay. And I feel like you kind of, had some sort of skin in the game, so to speak, some of it. I don't necessarily see that you were super committed to this person either, but I do feel like you were somewhat invested in this person or in the situation in some way you were. And so I feel like for some of you, it's sort of like you're starting to come to terms with the fact that you feel like this may really be the end, that this person may have rejected you. It could have been a Taurus. This literally could have been you mourning the loss of a Taurus, or a Taurus having rejected you. With this Empress card is a card of Taurus in the major arcana. Okay. For others of you, it could again be related to a child's loss or child situation or pregnancy. And for others of you, it could be related to a mother. Okay. But either way, there's some heartbreak and some confusion and some regret and some pain that's happening here with regard to this situation. Again, I feel like it feels like a false start for some of you. Like it never really came to fruition. It started, but then it never really became anything more than what it was, which was sort of inconsistent and left you in a state of confusion and anxiety for some of you, and heartbreak for some of you, which is really unfortunate. Now, I do want to say the good thing about this Five of Cups energy is that he's not noticing the two cups behind him, right? So I feel like for some of you, you might be really stuck on a situation or on a person or on something that happened with a person. So like if it's not resonating for you on a romantic sense, but it does, like, again, with like a mother figure or a mother of sorts, like, or your literal mother, then you may not be realizing, or even if this relates with regard to a pregnancy loss, you might be so sort of caught up in focusing on the negative aspect of what has happened, or the negative aspect of what is going on, or the pain that you're currently feeling, or the loss that you're currently feeling, or heartbreak that you're currently feeling, but you're not seeing, friend, those two cups behind, which is new opportunities in love, or new opportunities for growth with this Empress, right? New opportunities for, if having a child is something that you want to have that, so I do feel like what's important to remember with these energies right now is that even though you might be a little bit confused and heartbroken at this present time, friend, that there is something around the corner behind waiting for you to come forward. And I feel like it's like once you can turn your perspective, change your gift, change your gaze, change your focus away from the loss and this heartbreak and this pain, and not be in that state of confusion so much, friend. And you realize that there are a lot of other options out there for you. Seven of Cups, these Two of Cups behind him, then it'll start to shift things energetically for you. Okay. What is bothering or distressing my Scorpios? What is bothering or distressing my Scorpios? What is bothering or distressing my Scorpios in this season? Thank you, Spirit. Well, some of you might be upset about a Cancer. So I feel like some of my Scorpios are dealing with a Taurus, and some of y'all are dealing with a Cancer. That's just the two major arcanas that have come out in placements that have to do with, like, that could potentially deal with a relationship. Now, if you're not, don't worry. Doesn't mean anything necessarily. It does if it does, but if it doesn't, it's okay, friend. Like, don't be like, I'm dealing with an Aquarius. Okay, well, I think I called Aquarius earlier too, so it's all good. It's more about the energies of the cards, rather than the signs, but we read the signs anyway because sometimes it is relevant. Okay. So yeah, underneath that Chariot card is the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So yeah. And then the Page of Wands underneath that. And then here's that energy, Nine of Cups, King of Swords. Some of you might be dealing with a cold motherfucker who has a really hard time opening up emotionally and expressing themselves. They might have a strong ego on them, Six of Wands underneath all that. Okay. It's like they're too proud to really express or share with you how they feel. Okay. They could be lying. They could be a bit of a liar. They could be deceptive in some way. Just be careful that if they do come and whisper sweet nothings to you or communicate on an emotional emotional level, that there isn't something behind that. They could be more ego driven. Do you know what I'm saying? It might not be entirely honest. So just be careful, because this person is coming across a bit selfish and cold here. I'm not going to lie. A little bit more in their head rather than coming out of their heart. That's for some, not for everybody, but for others of you, yeah, it's like you might be blocked from communication from this person. Page of Wands, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Now, it doesn't feel like this person has blocked you necessarily, or you've blocked them. Now, it could be, but it could be, but it feels more of sort of like you're up in your head about, is this person going to communicate with me? Am I going to hear from them? Are we going to have this conversation? This is you being up in your head, maybe having some sleepless nights, some insomnia, feeling like kind of in that hamster wheel of thoughts in your head about communication with this person that I feel like you still have feelings for, but I don't know where it's going here. And that could be what you're stressed about. Where is this going? Where is this headed? Is this going anywhere? Am I going to see this person again? Are they going to come toward me? Are we going to have victory? Now, for others of you, you could be literally stressed and distressed regarding a move, Chariot card. Some of you could be having car problems or car issues in the season too with this energy as well. Maybe your car is stuck or trapped somewhere. Friends, you got to call somebody, come get it. That's for some of you, not for everybody. But I do feel like, and some of you, this is about a move or your future. You might be kind of still like really stressed about your future, where you're headed, and where you're going and moving toward. Okay. What's going to happen? Am I going to have to move? Am I moving? Should I move? That sort of thing. And that's not necessarily always. It could be just also about, you might be trying to get some balance and some control of your thoughts in this season, with that Chariot card, trying to get victory over your mind for some of you. Control your mind, control your thoughts in this season. That's for others of you, right? You could be just too much in your head and you're trying to regain some sense of balance and stability and control of your mental space in this season as well, okay? Kind of get your mojo back. Some of you just might be really stressed out right now, and it's kind of like you're trying to regain control of that, okay? What's going on in the emotional energy of my Scorpios? What is going on in the emotional energy of my Scorpios? I'm going to get some advice for you guys at the end, so stick around for that. We're almost through this reading. What's going on in the emotional energy of my Scorpios? What is going on in the... Okay, there we go. Yeah, another major arcana for Taurus. Hierophant here. So some of you definitely could be dealing with a Taurus. But what came out for you is the High Priestess. Interesting. High Priestess and the Hierophant came out. So very spiritual energies here. Very, very interesting. You guys could be... Then we got the King of Cups under that Hierophant. So again, I feel like some of you are definitely dealing with the water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and some of you are definitely dealing with the Taurus. For some, not for everybody. High Priestess, this is Piscean energy as well. So you could be dealing with the Pisces, right? And then Sun card underneath that, more major arcana. So you could be dealing with the Leo. These are the signs I'm seeing prominently. Got Queen of Swords underneath that. That could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then we've got the Ace of Wands underneath that. I do feel like you guys are waiting for communication from somebody. Some of you are definitely waiting for someone to communicate with you. And some of you, it's like you want to have a new beginning with this person. It may be that you really kind of want to elevate this connection with this individual to sort of a higher level. You might feel like a very spiritual pull toward this person. Maybe you're connected in a spiritual way, in an energetic way. You could be connected. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it feels like there's still a bit of a soul tie if this is a person. but I'm feeling spirit say bring it back to you. So let's bring it back to you and your emotions, and not deal so much as person. I feel like you're thinking about somebody, but I feel like this right now I need to read just specifically your energy and not focus on an individual. So I feel like for you guys emotionally, you may be reconnecting with like a spiritual practice in this season. Okay. I feel like emotionally you actually might be doing quite well in a certain sense with the Sun card and the King of Cups here, feeling more emotionally balanced and stable. It's sort of more of that mental energy. I feel it's kind of getting to you less so than the emotional energy in this season. Do you know what I mean? But I do feel like you're kind of seeking guidance from either a spiritual guide. I mean, you're watching tarot. If you're watching tarot, then you definitely are seeking guidance from spirit, right? But also I feel like a lot of you are kind of building up your own spiritual gifts in this season and trusting your own intuitions more. That's more of what it is. Like you're beginning to trust your own intuition more. I think you're getting confidence in your own ability to kind of suss things out and figure out what exactly is going on. Do you know what I'm saying? Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands, Justice card underneath that. Okay. I feel like you guys are kind of sniffing. Yeah. And then the Moon card underneath that. It's like you guys are kind of sniffing things out on your own, and you're kind of doing that deep dive and investigation on an intuitive level. Like as Scorpios, I feel like, you know, you're tapping into that water energy, which is very tied to the intuition and to spirit. And I feel like you guys are starting to kind of awaken to some of these spiritual gifts that you guys might have. You know, you're starting to, I feel like, kind of grow them. And it's like you're starting to just know things intuitively. Like your intuition is speaking to you in this season. And it's sort of like on an emotional, spiritual, intuitive level, you're aware of things more quickly and more easily. Does that make sense? It's sort of like you don't have to like suffer through to understand what's going on in a particular situation. You don't have to suffer through like these emotional and mental gymnastics of like figuring things out. It's sort of like you're having this awakening and this aha enlightenment within you of like, oh, I know what that is. It's XYZ thing. Oh, I get it. It's blah, blah, blah. Oh, I see what's going on. It's this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? You're feeling very divinely inspired and guided in this season is what I'm getting. Do you know what I mean? Some of you could be feeling also the energy of your ancestors around you, both living and deceased, you know? So like a father could be offering you some kind of guidance or support, especially on an emotional or spiritual level. A very strong Pisces energy going on here. But also I feel like a lot of you could be, again, like, it could be that ancestral energy that's giving you some wisdom and enlightenment in this season. And it's kind of helping to usher in this fresh wave of like emotional energy that is also very balanced and very logical and reasonable as well. And of course, that's what I always feel like intuition is. It's sort of this great combination of when it comes from spirit, it's sort of this great energy of balancing the emotional side of ourselves with also this like spiritual, but also very practical and logical side. Like spirit to me sort of combines those energies of like what's practical and logical and reasonable along with what's emotional and fluid and changing. Does that make sense? It's sort of like, it's like when you're tapped into your intuition, it's different than reacting from an emotional place. When you're tapped into your intuition, it's more of this just like calm and peace in the sense of knowing. Like when spirit speaks to you, it's a still, small, quiet voice and it's very peaceful. And you just feel like, yes, I hear you. I get it. I know. I understand. It just like resonates within you on this level that is not chaotic, you know, as emotions tend to be, and isn't cold or, you know, as, and just up here, you know, heady as, you know, that sword energy, that air energy tends to be, right? It's a very beautiful energy, and I'm starting to feel it come on me right now as I'm saying this. And this is like gorgeous energy. It's like you're really being divinely guided in this season. And I feel like it's helping you to really tap into your own intuitive powers and capabilities. And it's like things are kind of clicking and making sense for you. What was in the dark is being brought into the light in this season. That's also that High Priestess with that Sun card, you know. The things, spiritual things and things that were once hidden, I feel like are being revealed to you in this season. You might be learning new things or growing again in your like spiritual gifts. Okay. Please clarify this High Priestess as the emotional energy of my Scorpios. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, the Tower. Yeah, exactly. Like the Tower. Like Tower energy is not always about an ending. It can also be about an awakening or enlightenment, and like an aha moment. This bright bulb that goes off, you know, like you're being awakened. And again, I feel like some of you are like maybe have had latent spiritual gifts that are being awakened in this season, and you're coming to these realizations intuitively that are just kind of waking you the fuck up, and you're like, wow. And especially if it might be ideas that relate to work or career, you know, you might be divinely inspired in this season. I feel like it's also helping you to heal from heartbreak in this season as well. Okay, I think you're just kind of realizing some things, and it's making it all a little bit easier for you. Okay, let's get some advice and then close this sucker out. Okay, what advice do we have for my Scorpio friends? What advice do we have for my Scorpio friends in this season? Thank you, Spirit. What advice do we have for my Scorpio friends? Okay. Okay, so Judgment card came out for you. You may have to make a decision to just... Okay, there's a couple things, okay? There may be someone that you walked away from at some point. Lord have mercy. Is this going to be a retrograde message? It is, particularly if it might have been a Taurus or a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Got both of them here. Six of Swords. You might have left the situation behind, but I feel like you didn't leave all the feelings behind, or I feel like this person's still a little bit in your heart. I don't feel like you guys have been necessarily communicating a whole lot right now, but it feels like communication's about to break through. Knight of Swords, World card. It's like communication might come through that either this person wants to come and start a new cycle and a new beginning with you, particularly Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Judgment card. Like this might be a comeback around. This feels a bit like a retrograde energy. We are in the shadow of the retrograde. We're about to enter a new the Mercury retrograde. Oh Lord. So this could be someone that might come back around to try to start a whole new cycle with you, friends. Okay. And if it's not a person, it could be a job or an old boss, or even your father or father figure that could come back around in this season and try to communicate with you, either to try to start a cycle anew with you, or to close out a cycle. Okay. So it could go either way, friends. I think the choice ultimately is going to be yours, because I do feel like this is somebody or something that you've kind of tried to walk away from. But either you or this other person has still like held on to this, and I think has been a little bit hopeful about having communication, and it's going to come in, but it may not be. I'm just warning you, because it's coming in as the Knight of Swords, and that is not warm, fuzzy energy. It's not like bad energy. It's not, it's just, it's a bit more cutthroat, cut and dried, cold. Like it can be abrasive. It's in the uprights, which is good. It would be worse if it was in the reverse, right? And then it's definitely a fight coming on. So I don't know if it's necessarily a fight. I think it's just, it may come quickly also. Knight of Swords is also the fastest moving knight in the deck. So it could just be coming in quickly. But I feel like you're the one that's going to have to make a decision, you guys. Do you want to resurrect this situation? Do you really want to invite this person back in? Or are you ready to close out the cycle once and for all? I'm going to leave it there, friend. I'm going to let the choice be yours, because this is your advice. And Spirit didn't really say, but I do feel like because it is something that you've walked away from, sometimes doors are left closed. But if this is someone that you've been really looking forward to, and you haven't to reuniting with or restarting something up again with, I mean, you listen to the whole reading, so... And, you know, your intuition is telling you what to do, you know. So follow your intuition. And that is all I have for you right now, friends. But cheers to you, my Scorpios. My therapist. Cheers. All right. Please, friends, don't forget to book a session with a real therapist. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know you watched. Let me know what resonated. All right, guys. And if you're not into therapy, not like, you know, you don't want to make a session with a therapist happen, you know, book a reading, do breath work, do aromatherapy, take a walk outside, enjoy nature, whatever is therapeutic for you, friends, do that. And please take good care. All right. Sending you love. Bye.